Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. You are watching Knowledge Hub with Altaf. And Assalamu alaikum. Hope you all will be doing well. Today, my this lecture is about the economy of Pakistan. As you know, Pakistani government has announced federal annual budget yesterday. So I decided to share some facts and figures about Pakistan economy with you. So the current in the current budget, the total figure of the budget was about 8,437 billion rupees. Remember, 8,000 billion rupees, not in international currencies. The Pakistan fiscal year start from 1st July up to 13 June, and the Pakistan has joined these five and some other important trade organization, that is ECO, SAFTA, WTO, etc. And Pakistan is a developing economy, or you can say it emerging economy or low middle income economy. The population of Pakistan is about 213 million, and the GDP of Pakistan in the current year is $294 billion. Let me share some interesting fact. During 2018, when the current government joined assumed the charge, at that time the GDP of Pakistan was astonishingly higher. That was 315 billion US dollar at 2018, while at 2019 the GDP of Pakistan decreased to 285, and last year in the 2020 the GDP of Pakistan decreased to $260 billion, which was a worrisome situation. But fortunately, this year the GDP of Pakistan has grown with 4.8%, and the current GDP of Pakistan is 294 billion US dollar. GDP rank in the world is 42nd. We have 42nd economy in the world, while GDP growth rate is it is 4.8%, and GDP per capita in the Pakistan is 1,543 dollar per annum. GDP per capita rank, we lies in the world on 153rd position as per GDP per capita. GDP by sector, we have a huge alliance share in the our GDP. Industrial sector has alliance share. The second largest sector is agriculture. These two are 19%, but the lion's share part is services sector. Services sector in the our economy has a 61% share. Inflation in the current year in the Pakistan is in the double digit. It is about 11%, while population below poverty line is 35% population below poverty line. If we count it on 3.2 dollar per day, then we have 35% poverty line. And Gini coefficient, in term of Gini coefficient, Pakistan has medium location. It is Gini coefficient is 33. Remember, Gini coefficient stand from 1 up to 100. In this the hu- the one is higher and the 100 is lower. We are on 33 grade. And human development index is 0.557 medium. It also start from point 0.1 up to 0 up to 1. And labor force, Pakistan has a largest labor force. It is about 75 million. We have 75 million, and 48.9% of our population. We have a higher large number of labor force, and we have 37% of our labor force in agriculture sector, and 24% in industrial sector, and 38% in services sector. Unemployment in the Pakistan is 4.5%, while the main industry in the Pakistan are textile, food processing, pharmaceutical, surgical instrument, construction materials, fertilizer, paper products, etc. Exports good. Pakistan has increased its exports in the current year. It is about 23 billion US dollar. Our export is always lower than our imports. We have always deficit trade, and our export goods are textile and foods, chemical, pharmaceutical products, leather, sports goods, and petroleum products. Our main export partner are, it is a very interesting news that USA is our main export partner. We have our 17.3% of export to the United States of America. The second largest export partner is China, where it is recently have come to the second position, and we export our 7.4% to the China. The third largest is UK. We export our 7.3% to UK, 7% to UAE, 5.8 to Germany, or 4.4 to Netherlands, and 4% to Afghanistan. Our imports, our imports are almost double than our export. Pakistan has 44 billion US dollar imports. Our imports goods are petroleum, agriculture, chemicals, machinery, foods, textiles, metals, transport, and plastic materials. Main import partners of Pakistan is China. The China is the top most import partner of Pakistan. We import about 20, our 22% are part of import from China, 15% from UAE, 5.5% from Singapore, 5.3% from USA, 3.8 from Qatar, 3.0 from Saudi, 2.4 from Japan. Our FDI stock is 41 dollar. We have 41 dollar, a billion dollar stocks, and gross we have 112 gross external debit. Pakistan has a huge debit of 112 billion dollar. Our public debt is 81% of GDP, which is generally to be not exceed than 64%, and we have 81% of our GDP. Budget balance, we have minus 8% budget balance of GDP, and revenue 15% of GDP, expenses 23% of GDP, and credit rating, we stay on B3 economy, as in the study of Moody's, and our outlook is stable. Foreign services, foreign reserve, Pakistan has 23 billion US dollar foreign reserves nowadays.